Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you the no slime reset pull located in Mara. The advantage here is that you don't pull the borers as you would by starting at the waterfall where the hydras are using the scepter, but instead you start at the front of the purple side instance and run through until you reach the starting point by the sludges. By pulling them this way, you don't get the borers, but you ensure that the slimes do not reset. The advantage here is that you get far more experience consistently than the 180 to 190 pulls, although you're just pulling a quantity of most likely around 160 to 170 with this run. Some of the mob variables come from this instant seed and how many mob spawns they decide to plant with, say, the imps and different packs. I came across this video a handful of months ago and haven't really seen a local video done on this, so today I'm going to show you how this is done and what it looks like. So let's get to it. As mentioned, you start at the sludges and you end up kind of pulling them in a backwards format. The purpose behind this is I believe there's a reset mechanic when they actually move into the next room. These mobs act as a reset mechanic to the slimes. Now by pulling them in this way and pulling them back towards the starting point of the purple side run, you don't trigger the reset on the slimes. Now there's two things that need to happen. One is pulling the sludges as you just saw, and secondly is to make sure that you actually pull all of the slimes. Now what I do is I started with a fire blast on those two sludges to pull them and run all the way down to the waterfall. When you jump down, you're going to get that rank 1 blizzard off, and you're just going to start pulling the Mara pull like normal. Now for the most part, the biggest change to this run is what you saw in the very beginning and what you're seeing right now. I utilize the Bear Off's trinket here up and coming, and you're going to see me select that top mob right there. Now the reason is because once I tap all of these mobs in this little zone, I'm going to drop a Nova right there to give myself some time. As I'm going up this ramp, I pop my Bear Offs, and you're going to see that they actually walk out and they beeline to the side there on the unit that I still had selected. The Bear Off's trinket actually will pull that mob pack in that corner and make it very, very easy for you to continue this run with no issues. You go ahead just pulling every single mob as you can, utilizing really what you have at your disposal, and this could be a combination of things. This could be Counterspell, Rank 1 Fire Blast, Nova, Cone of Cold, and Arcane Explosion. Once you pull all this through, it's for the most part pretty straightforward and the same as all the other Mara runs. But let's walk through this. You're going to pull all of these mobs down like so. Now, because the beginning is pretty heavy and you can take some mana shield damage, I choose the Evo right here. It's a great opportunity because you actually have to wait for these guys to catch up a little bit. As long as you start your run before they really start to crest the corner of those stairs right there, you should be okay. When you run down here in Mara, we're going to go into the back corner here and pull the packs that are in this back room. I typically do a format of Frostbolt, Counterspell, Frostbolt, but really, whatever works. If you take too long in that back room, you do risk a bit of chance of getting blocked in there, so just be careful that when you start that hallway run, you don't delay any too longer before them kind of going around that stair as I mentioned before. I'm going to use a Nova here and pull. Really, my intention is just to pull as much as I can as I'm on this first run. Now you notice right here I'm not actually popping my Ice Barrier. You don't need Ice Barrier, and this allows for your mana per 5 to go off. There's a couple of areas that you really need your Ice Barrier, this becoming one of them. I wait at this location until I start seeing them come around that corner, at which point I then refresh my Ice Barrier and Mana Shield, so I know that I not only have a fresh shield going into the blizzard, but I also have my Ice Barrier off CD if anything were to go south. We utilize the rank 1 blizzard here at the bottom of the ramp just to slow things and to start clumping it up. Eventually over a long run route you do run into a bit of a spread pack. Now if that imp pack at the bottom of the ramp doesn't pull, you saw I used a rank 1 fireball to pull that mob right there. Like I said, there's a lot of different utility in the mage's tool belt. You just really have to see what's available to you and what makes most sense and most efficiency. I like to go right to here and pop another rank 1 blizzard just to clump them back up. As you can see, they weren't too bad. I normally allow 2-3 ticks and allow the end of the pack to catch up to the front, and then allow everything to kind of roll off at the same time. You can see they're pretty stacked right there. You're going to run into kind of where you jumped off here, back, and pull everything in this lower bowl, and it'll pull into the main pack. That gives them time to run through that little route that they were in the previous room. Now when we turn around this corner, we should be able to see all of the packs coming down. You have another opportunity right at those stairs to turn around and do a rank 1 blizzard, but a lot of the times you don't need to. Now I tend to really stretch out the width of this room, and the reason is it creates a line on your pack. And you're going to see when I blink, the line essentially starts creating a triangle, and it's a natural way to stack the pack that is following you without really having to do too much. I utilize a blink in this room right here just to get a little bit of distance. Now I do it early in that room because this gives the blink enough time to come back up for this jump right here. Now I take the liberty when I get to this spot to turn around and take it with another rank 1 blizzard to not only pull that single mob to clump that pack right there, but to also counterspell the pack that's in the corner by the stairs and the one that was in front of me. That's going to pull all of those mobs. Now I can tap that one just by jumping with a Nova just to tap it to get it into combat, and I take the liberty to do another slow there on the intersect on those stairs. Pack control is a very important thing when you're doing AoE. The more that you can, through your run, keep them nice and tight without them going all over the place, the better your whole experience to the run is going to be. I take this time to switch my shield because you don't really take any more damage from physical hits at this point. I refresh my mage armor, I put on a brand new ice barrier, mana shield, dampen magic, and I'll top up on any bandages if I need. Right here, you're going to want to blizzard twice. You're going to want to blizzard at the bottom of those stairs, the first point right there where the imps are, and you're going to want to put another one. And normally you're going about 2-3 ticks on each blizzard, but that just allows everything to get super stacked. Again, you get another opportunity. I like to do another one here just to any stragglers in the front there to just bring them back into the main pack. Now, as I mentioned before about elongating the pack line, I'm going to do that again in this room right here. You're going to see me kind of bring the line flat and then blink at kind of a 90 to them so they start to fold in. Again, these are very good practices to do on all farms really, to just allow better pack control. So we're pretty much done the run here now. We just have to go back to the kill zone area. As you see, as I mentioned, the first pass through here, I don't ice barrier. I allow my mana per 5 to go if I need that. Now I'm going to sit here and I'm going to wait for the mobs to push. You're going to refresh your ice barrier and your mana shield, and once you see the mobs, you're going to continue to run. Now if you refresh your ice barrier the moment that you see them come around that corner, you will have another ice barrier up for when you start killing them. Now there's 3 repositions that I do. I start right at the corner here, which is going to allow the imps to attack really deep, and you just take a step in and you notice that they start to relocate. Start to relocate when you make that second position, and you're going to notice that I normally reposition that third time. I should have went a little bit deeper on that left, but what it does is it draws up those imps. And you can see that this one doesn't go perfect, but that's okay. It's a great way to show what you can do to alleviate any non-perfect runs. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I used the ice block to clear the daze, and I also used my snap to re-get up my ice barrier. And as I was mentioning about the reposition, I repositioned deep enough in that little top platform that it caused those imps to come from the bottom of the ramp up. Now, typically if you start right at the edge and you cast, and then you take like one step in and you cast, and then you take a little bit of a deeper step in, they'll relocate 2 times, and the advantage there is that you don't take as much damage through your ice barrier. A lot of people can consider looking at things like nature resist protection pots, whether they be a greater or a basic, both work. And that's it. That's the No Slime Reset Maripol. It's pretty straightforward. Nothing really changes other than the beginning. The beginning is what dominoes the rest and allowing them to not reset. But as mentioned, it's about 160 to 170 mobs, as you can see in the kill so far at the top there at 166. It's really good experience. I was running these on our world record fastest 60 run in groups of 4, and I was receiving roughly about 28,000 experience. So happy farming, and if you have any questions, you know where to find me. Hit the comment below, hit the subscribe below, and otherwise I'll see you on Twitch. Have a great day.